All right, y'all. This is the show. Today I have a guest, Mr. James, uh, who will sit with us for a little bit. I'm not sure how long he's going to want to stay on for, but we'll keep him on as long as we can. So, one of the things, James, thanks for taking time and being on here. Um,
Thank you for having me.
so I promised the people that are listening, I didn't want to say promise, but I wanted to share some of my personal life story to show how I can relate, how close I was to darkness or in darkness or just everything overall that's happened in my life that would be an excuse to use. And when I say use, would be anything, the needle, cocaine, alcohol, you name it. So I was put up for adoption. I was in an orphanage at the age of 2. Uh, so my mom left me alone in the house with my sister. I was 2, my sister was 1. She left us home alone, and she got into an accident. She was with my other sister in the car. There was 3 of us, 2 girls and myself. She got into an accident. Was in critical condition in the hospital, and no one knew that she left 2 kids home alone. So after some time went by, close to a week, they figured out that there was 2 kids in the house. They came, they found us, dirty, starving, and they took us away, of course. So then my mom, through social service and stuff, they gave her a chance to get us back because they took all 3 of us. So from my understanding, my mom, this is information I got from the orphanage. She fought for a little while, and I guess the hoops that they made her jump through wasn't wasn't worth the 3 kids, because that's how I see it. Whatever hoops that they were making her jump through, she preferred to give up the kids than to go through those hoops. And then that's just how it is, right, James? I mean, that's life, right?
That's
So
that.
so then we were all put in an orphanage, and just because of the story, the orphanage wanted to get us all adopted together, so we stay together. Especially my sister that was stuck in the house with me by myself. Uh, but that didn't happen. They decided, they took all of us separately. So there was 3 of us that were shipped out into different areas. So I stood in the orphanage the longest. I stood in the orphanage from the age of 2 to the age of 8. So nobody wanted me. And so the story starts there. The story of me, the story of Lewis, how, let's say, how the darkness began, right? So that's got to be tough for a kid in an orphanage, not knowing what's going on. Where's mom? Where's dad? Like, not knowing any of that. And so, as I'm mentioning that, as years went by, I started to say to myself that if my own mother didn't want me, what can I expect from the rest of the world? What can I expect from anyone? A relationship doesn't matter. My mom decided I'm not jumping through those hoops. Those kids ain't worth it. That's how I see it. People could say different things. Maybe she was going through this and going through that, but I believe that if you keep your man instead of your kids, that's kind of rough, right? So you keep the man you're seeing, but you get rid of your kids. I don't know. But I don't know what she looks like. I don't know anything about her. And if she ever happens to come across this video, hey mom, look at me now, right? So anyway, so that's that part. That's just the part of a story, and that's where that's where it began, and I'll share the rest of the story as more episodes appear. So James, you have a product that you're selling all over the place, and there's a meaning behind what you're selling. So I want you to just explain to these folks out there, what it is and so on.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to my man Lewis. Um, we actually met maybe 8 years ago, pretty close to 8 years ago, and we both worked in a hotel. And the thing that connected us was that we're both from New York, East Harlem and West Harlem. So that's an automatic connection there, you know. Anytime you're from the same place or area that someone else is from, you just have that bond. Long story short, we met 8 years ago. We connected. We've been in touch ever since then. He's actually been a strength in my life because of his story. My story is similar, but not as quite as extensive as his. But we'll get back to that at a later date. But right now, I'm trying to come out with a product. It's called SOIS, SOIS, and that means standing out in society. So stand out in society. We can stand out in society in more than one way. But my goal is to stand out in society in a positive way, to help somebody that can't help themselves. That when you look down on somebody, you're only looking down on them to help them up. Um, the website is coming soon. Right now, if you need to talk to me more about what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to advertise, what I'm trying to promote, you can reach me at Sivad, SIVAD, the number seven, SEMAJ at gmail.com. It's actually my name spelled backwards, James Davis 7 at gmail.com. But I had a stint with homelessness, using drugs, selling drugs, abusing drugs. But again, I'm gonna be on the show with Lewis for quite some time, in and out. I may miss an episode here or there, but he gave me the opportunity to also share my story. So I appreciate you all. Our goal is to help one person. If you can help one person, each one teach one, and we move on from there. But thank you very much for taking the time to give us a couple of minutes to listen, to come into your lives, and whatever we can do to help you or help others or help you help others, we appreciate it. We love you. Peace to you all.
All right. All right, James. Thanks a lot. So
My pleasure. Thank you, my brother.
all right. So I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna continue the show,
All right.
and you'll get a copy of it, and then we'll go on from there. Especially as your website gets put up. So you can do t-shirts, hoodies. Can you do hats as
Sweatshirts,
well?
polo shirts, hoodies. We're working on yoga pants, we're working on sweatpants, but there'll be
Okay.
a variety of things that you can pick and select from. All sorts of colors and types, male, female, unisex, but we'll keep you posted. But for the time being, thank you for giving me the opportunity and God bless you all.
All right. Thank you, James, and I'll
Peace, my
talk to you
brother. I
soon.
appreciate you.
All right. I'll see
All
you.
right.
All right. So that was James. Sorry, I'm trying to get this up and running. All right. Sorry, folks, for that delay there. So anyways, as I adjust this screen here. Nope, that didn't do it. Here we go. That didn't do it either. Sorry, guys. All right. Anyway, I was just leaving it at that. Yeah, a good friend of mine. He's gone through stuff as well, and uh, so everyone has has a story. Something happened. Something, you know, lot of it, if you think about it, it's not what happened to you, it's what you do about it, right? What you do about it, what you're going to do about it. Uh, so the climb is harder than the fall. The climb is harder than the fall. So trying to get back on your feet, trying to get back and staying sober or staying clean, that's very difficult. But you have to understand something. It's also your surrounding, right? So there's a saying, I hope I say it right, but if you hang around a barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut, right? That's just it. So you can say, hey, I don't drink no more, I don't do this, I don't do that, but you're hanging around people that do it, you're going to end up doing it. That's just how it that's how it is. So you got to watch your surrounding. Now you come out of rehab, you come out of wherever you came out of, you were in a controlled environment. Let's put it like that. You're in a controlled environment. So you don't have access to the alcohol, the drug, cocaine, the heroin, or whatever it is. You don't have access to that. So you're fine, right? It's when you get out of there and now you have full access. And that's the problem. When I'm out there with full access, I was inside clean for however long, year, 3 months, doesn't matter. Then you get outside, it's that discipline of mind. Can you walk by the store that sells alcohol or go by an area that you picked up drugs from or contact someone that you can get stuff from, and can you not do that while you're out there? So depending on who you're around that has the access to it or does it themselves and you're hanging around there, the chances are you're going to end up doing it as well. So you have to eliminate that because it's not benefiting you. So you're trying to stay clean, then you need to be around, surround yourself around people, things, places that benefit you and help you stay clean, help you stay sober. So there was a saying, it's a motivational speaker. His name is Les Brown. He said this years ago, and it's like tattooed in my brain. He said, you can't soar like an eagle if you're hanging around pigeons. Again, you can't soar like an eagle if you're hanging around pigeons. It's very true, right? So I keep saying it's rough out there, and that's I mean that's life, right? You get the cards that are dealt to you, and that's the hand you have to play. The person across from you may have a better hand. The person to the left of you has the worst hand. But that hand that you have to play it. That's it. There's no, hey, let me get some more cards. No, you have to play it. That's what you got. And if you sit around saying, why me? My question to you would be, then who? Right? Then who? Because if you can actually give me a name of someone that you prefer this to happen to, then what does that make you? Right? So those, so you have to think about that. The other thing is going through this stuff, you're gonna realize who you are. You already know what your weakness is. What are your strengths? And for instance, you have folks that they get their lips done, they get their boobs done, they get their hips done, they get this, they get that, all to just look a certain way. So you can pay cash for those changes on the outside. The changes on the inside, mentally, and that toughness, that will, you don't pay that with cash. You pay that with pain, regret, happiness, suffering, That's how that gets better, right? So I said to myself, I want to stick around a little longer, right? I didn't start off so well, and I was depressed and down, and why me and this and that, and you know I did cocaine at the age of 12. Kids are going to school with book bags and stuff, and I'm snorting cocaine. It's kind of crazy, right? And after a while, I knew I was killing myself, but I wanted to stick around a little longer. And then as I'm deciding to stick around a little longer, I want to pull some other folks as well. I want them to stick around a little longer as well. I would like to help change your story. Change your story. Your story, whatever it is. Addicted to this, addicted to that, did this, did that, in and out of jail, relapse. Let's change that story where you're saying a different story. Maybe do something like this, what I'm doing. So, anyway, so back to these folks that are doing all these things, right? So they're changing themselves, they're changing their appearance, but the inside is very hollow. So when you're making all these changes, like I thought to myself, I said, now you're kind of semi artificial. You are, because parts of you are not real, they're not natural. You're semi artificial or semi human. And a lot of these folks that do that, they could never be by themselves. Never. They always need to be around someone, right? And folks like us that are used to being in the dark, and to me, my worst enemy is me. You put me against in front of anyone, Tyson in his prime. You put Lewis with Lewis, oh, now we're talking, right? And that's how dark it was for me. And it's still kind of dark. It's more partly cloudy, let's just say, right? And I just decided to keep fighting, right? You're worth it. That you have to believe that you're worth it. Stick around a little longer, right? Why don't you make that your challenge? Because it's easy. There's hands out there for the drugs and the alcohol, but there's not a lot of hands out there for help. And that's why I have that that's on there. That's a hand, one in the dark, one in the light, and the one on the top is reaching for help or reaching out to give help, to offer help, right? So you gotta. So there's more shows to go. This one's episode one. The one before was just the intro. I'm limited with time on here on the app that I'm using, and then also just the attention span. But when it's something as serious as this, I would want to listen all day, every day. There is a way out. There is help. You just need to find the resources. If you're religious, put it in God's hands, right? Believe in yourself. Believe that you can do it and want to do it. And then ask yourself, why do I want to do better? For what? For my kids, for this, for that, whatever it is, we'll figure it out, right? And I'm here to help. I'm available all kinds of ways, right? So I'm here to help. I promise to do this every Thursday, and this is what I'm doing. I would love to hear from someone that's that it has affected them or influenced them or uh, is ready is ready to commit to the change, is ready to commit to live life, right, for the remainder of life that you have left. When we pass away, let's pass away sober. How about that? Right. So I have one. I promise the artist Dakota that I'll do another play another set of his because the first one I screwed up. So he has another song here that I am going to do my best not to screw it up this time. And so this one is called I Got It, right? So this is Dakota I Can is the artist's name. You can find him on Spotify, all the social media platforms. Very talented brother, trying to do his thing. Again, he makes all his own music. He has his own little setup where he does all his stuff on his own. So if you guys can support him, supporting the show and everything, that'll be great. Everyone that I associate myself with is all on a positive level. I'm trying to surround myself with only eagles, right? No pigeons. All right. So Dakota, I Can.
Yeah, I got this. I got this. Let's do it. Dakota. Yeah, let's tell them where I be. I be on the front line, so I can't quit. Yeah, never mind the box, cause you know I can't fit. Nah, all about the movement, you know I can't sit. Nope, got a lot of passion, you know I can't ditch. Nah, I was on the wrong path, had to switch fast. Had a couple of issues I had to get past. Yeah, moving at full speed, causing whiplash. Yeah, jumping in the game, I'ma cause a big splash. No, I gotta stay calm, so I can't stress. God is on my side, so you know this man blessed. Okay, don't chase dreams, then you know I can't rest. Nah, working in the moment is how I plan best. Yep, gotta make a choice, then you better choose right. Focus on your purpose and never lose sight. Never. You work real hard, you can get a new life. Yeah, I guarantee one day you'll get whatever you like. Let's go, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I got this, man. I got this. You know I got it. Yeah. I got it. Yeah. So if I say I'ma take care of it, don't worry about it. Know why? You know I got it. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, man, let's do it, man. Got a lot of faith, so you know I can't doubt. Do my own thing, cause I like to stand out. Yes, putting in the work, I don't need a handout. And I make my own path, I'ma take the man route. Yeah, got a couple of options, I know I can't choose. Gotta stay awake, cause I know I can't snooze. Every day, new game, and I know I can't lose. Pedal to the floor, so I know I can't cruise. Made a few mistakes, but I see I got grace. Like the finer things, so believe I got taste. Yes, make my own beats, so you see I got lace. Like the work alone, I be needing my space. Yeah, every day's a blessing, you see I got health. Yes, when I'm